Welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to the 4th episode of our Infitech 2 modded Minecraft Let's Play series. If you recall last episode, we just started working through, a lot of these quests here, and and got a decent amount of progress done. If you recall, we started working on these crops. I did get a little setup out here built. I'll show you really quick. Whoops. How I've got that set up right now. Let's see. And it seems to be about the best kind of setup that we can get with this. Yeah, if you notice, I have like the sugar canes here that once that one's fully grown, I'll plant down some crossbreed sticks there and just kind of keep breeding sugarcane with sugarcane, because that can produce some new crops. Over here I'm crossbreeding sugarcane with seed, and here I'm crossbreeding wheat with wheat, and then wheat and sugarcane, because I don't currently have any pumpkins or anything else, so I'm just kind of trying to get something started to give us a little bit more options. But I did do a bit of looking. There is an absolute ton of different crops and stuff that you can get with the crossbreeding. So these were fully grown, but I had a weed infestation come in and pretty much wipe out everything in this area. And so I had to replant it. You do want to watch out for weeds with this, just like AgriCraft, if you're familiar with that. It's really similar the way it works, and once we get into the metal seeds and stuff, it does require a block of the metal below it, similar to AgriCraft's method. So, but yeah, and we don't have the materials and stuff right now to make batteries and all that to where we can start actually scanning the crops and all. But hopefully before long we'll get to where we can actually do that, because we'll need a crop. Let's see. Right here, this crop analyzer. But if you notice, it does take copper cables and circuits and all that, which we're just not ready to get that going yet. So but yeah, hopefully by next episode I'll have some crossbreeds and stuff that we can start looking at. And I did do a little bit of digging out and building. I set up this area here. This is actually going to be for making our charcoal, which we'll get into that later on this episode. You can kind of make it any size within 11 by 5 by 11. I just went with this size because it's it's a decent size, and it's not too big to where we just don't have the charcoal or the wood to do it, but it's not too small to where we can only do so much at a time. So, and then I did dig this out. This is going to be for right now, this is going to be where we start setting up our steam stuff, and I filled this up with water. That did take quite a while, because you can't make infinite water sources in this pack. So that did take a little while. I drained like a little pond over, I think over in that direction. But and I did get some bronze cooked up, and yeah, a bunch of other metals, but yeah, mainly bronze is what I spent the most time cooking up. So the first thing we're going to jump into today is we're actually just going to go ahead and make the charcoal pile. And got some wood. I may have to cut down just a little bit more wood here in a minute, but we'll see once we get to that. And by the way, I don't know if you noticed, I did make a bit of bread right before I started this episode, and I have an absolute ton of wheat right now because of this farm right here. It's like constantly producing large amounts of wheat. So I've gotten to where I can pretty much just use the bread and stuff as our food source and not have to worry about hunting down cows. So But let's go ahead and jump into the charcoal igniter. Yeah, see, if you read the tooltip there, place on a top of a pile of wood logs, maximum size of logs below 11 by 11 by 5. No air between logs are allowed. Sides and top must be dirt or grass. Below logs must be bricks. No other blocks can touch the logs, and turns logs into brittle charcoal blocks. So, if you notice, there's a lot of stuff that you have to get just right. But I did go into a creative world and test this, and it does work. So we're all good there. But yeah, just make sure that, like it said, make sure the walls are dirt or grass, and make sure that the bottom here is all brick. And then from there on, we'll get this thing crafted, and then we'll get that set up. So the first thing you're going to want to make is the bricked bronze hull, which is 5 of these bronze plates and 3 bricks and then a hammer. Now, I did actually forget to make more, but I do have plenty of clay here, so we'll just get that cooking. And let's go ahead and get our plates made. And we need, what, 5 of them? That's that. And then we just need the bricks once they're done. And we'll go ahead and start getting the rest of the stuff together. We're going to need 3 flint and then just 2 wrought iron nuggets, which, that's not too bad. I did go ahead and make some more wrought iron because this stuff, the tool durability on this is wonderful. Oh. How do I... Can I not turn those back? I turned them all into ingots. Oh. Whoops. I was thinking I could just turn them back, so I was like, well, I'll just change them over just for storage purposes. That did not work out in my favor. Actually, while we're waiting, let's go ahead and make another furnace. I've been meaning to do that, because only having one furnace is kind of a little bit of a hindrance to us. And we'll get that cooking. Now, while that's cooking, I am going to go, I think I made an axe here. I'm going to go just grab some wood really quickly, and it is incredibly fast. Because, of course, all of your tools, I only got sugarcane and sugarcane made seed, or wheat seeds. That's cool. But these are ready to go. And I'll break those down here in a minute and replant them. But really quick, let's just run over here and get some more of this wood. So it's pretty easy. And these wrought iron axes are definitely worth changing over to. Like, if you don't listen to anything else, just take my word for it. These wrought iron ones are way better than just the standard iron axes. It's a major difference as far as the durability goes. So, alright, and really quick, I'm going to go ahead and break this stuff here. Alright, I only got a couple seed packets, so that's always good. Right now they're listed as unknown seeds. We do know that they're going to be, they're going to be wheat, but and actually we shouldn't do that, because what happens is when you have these like open sticks, either the doubles or the singles, that's how weeds can spread. Well, I didn't get anything from that. But yeah, if you right click those, you'll harvest just, the wheat or the sugar cane. If you left click them, you'll remove the plant, and you'll generally still get the produce from it, but you'll have a chance to get either these little seed packets, which is what you really want from it, or you can just get the standard seeds. It's just kind of a luck factor, so. Alright, so this stuff should be done now, so we can get this going. Oops. There we go. And then, of course, we can just place them like that, the bronze like this, and then just put yourself a hammer in the middle, and that'll get you the bricked bronze hull. And then, of course, we put that there. Oh, you know what? NEI keeps wanting to grab everything. I know I made more flint. What did I do with it? Oh, right here. Because I just broke down like over a half stack of gravel. So, alright. And we'll get that crafted. And that's going to get us the charcoal pile igniter. And this thing is actually really, really nice. Like at first I was like, oh man, like we got to make this. Oh, I need to hold on to that. And I don't want to use my cookstone, which I just cooked like a whole stack of that. I used most of it making mortar and pestles to break down all that gravel, but because you can only break down like 18 gravel or something before it breaks. So go ahead and yeah, go ahead and set us up kind of like a little staircase here. And I'm thinking we'll put this just right there. And then what you gotta do, once you get all your wood and stuff ready to go, we'll remove the torch. I just have it in here so monsters don't spawn and stuff. But then you just have to fill this up all the way with wood. This may not even be enough wood, I'm not entirely sure. No, it's not going to be enough. But like you saw, it's really quick to just run outside with these axes and gather more wood. So we'll run and get a little bit more. I think it's night. Alright. But yeah, once we get this set up, and then once we get into a little bit of steam power, it's going to be really, really nice because hopefully before too long we'll be able to start getting into a little bit of machines and stuff. So okay. Okay, look at all that wood. That's why I went ahead and made like a decent sized, you know, charcoal pit. Because you can come out here and you can get just an absolute ton of wood. Now I do wish it would break the whole thing, because we're left with that, you know, just kind of floating there. But probably after a couple more trees, I'll probably go off camera at some point and just pillar up those and break them. Now let's see, I believe I can never remember which one's weeds. I do believe it's this one, like that lighter green. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get rid of them. Let's see, can I? Yeah, it's these. Yeah, it looks like I've got to break them. And we'll put the double crop sticks back. You know, that was supposed to be wheat seeds. Somehow I got rid of it. Oh well. I'll fix it later. There's still some decent things that sugarcane can breed. I believe melon is one of those, or pumpkin, something like that. But eventually we can get seeds that actually make like ink sacs and different stuff like that. So It will be really nice to get it going. Alright, we'll finish getting this all filled up. Alright, and then we can just fill that back in with dirt. And we'll give this a second and you'll see it start to run. Oh, there it goes. See? And now while that's running, it means it's converting all that stuff into the charcoal that we want. So we're just going to let this keep running. It'll take a little while with that size to convert everything, but it doesn't take any resources if you notice. So it's basically just free charcoal, and you actually have a chance to get, on average, about 1.5. And from what I understand, you can actually use like a fortune axe to increase the chance to get extra charcoal. But even by default, it's a better output than just cooking it in a furnace, which of course that's disabled in this pack. But in the long run, it's actually better. So, you know, it's not a bad change really. It just takes a little bit longer to get into it. So, but anyway, while that's cooking up, we're going to give it a minute, and in the meantime, we're going to get this reward for starters. We'll get the material bag, and there's a guide to the charcoal pit. So basically this guide teaches you how to do it, you know, if you don't know, but I just showed you, so it's all easy there. Alright, and we got 27 copper. Not bad. And then next we're going to get started on our first Steam quest here. And if you notice, this does unlock one quest elsewhere. Now for the record, just real quick, I will say that these two quests, to get all these crops and then all these crops, these are going to take a really long time to get. So it'll be a while before we come back and finish these. Because I imagine these two... Oh, never mind. That's only 47% complete. So apparently we still have quite a bit left in here to do. So, but they'll want us to make a small coal boiler. Now you will note you don't want them to run out of water. They put it in bold here because it will explode. So that's why I set this big tank up here. Just so that we can keep it filled with water, and then for now we'll probably just steal this fluid conduit from here, because we're not really using it all that often, and we'll just set it up here with our steam boiler. So, but let's get this thing, what is it, the small coal boiler, and it's just going to take 2 bricks, a furnace, and then 5 of the bronze plates again. So let me actually get a little bit of this cooking up, and then we will, let's see, make ourselves, this is probably going to break during this process, I'm betting you. Yes. So we're going to need to make ourselves a new hammer. Let me see, that was just 5 ingots, wasn't it? 6 ingots. Okay. This time I'm going to make it out of wrought iron because, oh, I've got some sticks, because chances are the durability is going to be a whole lot better. And like I said, once you get into wrought iron, there's really no reason to look back and go, you know, for just standard iron tools at that point, because they're just not worth it at all. So we'll get that done. And if you notice, see, it barely took any durability for those two. It's going to last us a long time. So, and then we'll go ahead, let's see here. We'll go ahead and get ourselves a furnace. And then this should be just about done. And there we go. And let's get our bricks here. Set them like that in our furnace here. Our bronze plates along the top. And that gets us the small coal boiler. Then they want us to get into piping. So actually, wooden pipes are capable of transporting liquids around your base. Since they're made from just wood, they aren't able to transport steam. The steam will leak out from them. Other hot liquids may burn the pipes to dust. To transport hot liquids or steam, you should make small bronze pipes. They're substantially better than wooden ones in every respect. Be advised that fluids can slosh around in pipes, significantly reducing their effective throughput. This can be mitigated in the future with pumps or, more commonly, shutter modules. But let's go ahead and set this up. Oh, by the way, if you don't know how to make these tanks, all they are, I'll show you really quick. They're just Buildcraft tanks. They just take 8 pieces of glass, and just like that. Pretty simple to make. Why does NEI keep doing that? Okay. But yeah, they're pretty simple to make, and they're definitely helpful early on. And oh, and by the way, they do connect. So they only connect vertically, however. But if you notice, like normally just one of these would only be 16 buckets worth, but I just stacked these, so we have 80 buckets worth to work with. So it looks like we can actually cook in here, maybe. I'm not too familiar. I don't usually build steam with this, so so yeah. But let's get into making, let's see, small wooden fluid pipe. This one, and it's just 6 wood, a saw, and a hammer. So that's not bad at all. And just like that. Then our hammer down here. No, I lied. No, I still lied. What the hell? Can you not use just a normal saw? Yes, you can. Oh, the soft hammer, not this standard hammer. My bad. So the soft hammer, do we not have one of those anymore? Did I break it? I don't ever recall, honestly, even using it for anything. No, here it is. Okay. Yeah, just make sure you got a soft hammer instead of your standard hammer. That's the big difference there. And that gets us the small wooden fluid pipe. And then for the bronze pipes, was it the tiny one that they want us to make? No, small bronze fluid pipe. So, right here. It's going to be 6 bronze plates, the hammer, and a wrench. So, I've got a little bit more here. After this, I'm kind of tapped out on bronze. They're kind of killing me on it today. And, let's see. Okay, it was the standard hammer for this. But the wood is the soft hammer. So just be aware of that. And then just a wrench, and that's going to get you the small bronze fluid pipe. And now we can get our material bag and call that quest complete. So let's see what we got. 27 copper again, I'll take it. Because if you notice, we do use a lot of bronze, so it's definitely worth, you know, getting that. But yeah, now we should have liquid flowing in. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, it's not currently harvestable. We'll have to use the wrench. Why is it not breaking? Huh. Man, I don't know. Huh. Well, it says it's currently harvestable now. I just... Huh. I don't know why it's not coming up. Well, no clue. But anyway, we need to transport this water. So can we maybe... let's see. Now we're getting water? No, we're still not getting water. It may have something to do with these tanks, maybe. Anyway, well, okay, let me cut camera real quick, and I'll be back in just a minute when I figure this out. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, what it is, the wrench will pick up the machines and stuff just fine, but you do, if it's a wooden pipe, you do have to use the saw. So, yeah, I was messing with that for a little while, but we finally got it. So, let me fill this back in here. So I think the way we're gonna lay this out is maybe just like this, actually, and then we'll steal this pipe because it's not wanting to output. I mean, you know, we've got the water there, but alright, now it's starting to actually fill up, and let's see, how big is this buffer? Okay, it looks like it holds, what, 16.5 buckets inside of the boiler. Now, if you notice, this did stop running, so that means that everything in here is done. So we'll just move this dirt, and we want to get our axe. To break this charcoal, you do want to use an axe for it. So let me actually put up a couple things here for right now, because I know the episode's already running about 30 minutes, so I do want to cover a couple other things this episode, but I don't think that we'll get into actually using the steam power just yet. But if you notice, the axe actually makes really short work of it, and we've broken, let me see, 3, 4, we've broken 8, and we've already got 13 charcoal. So if you notice, it's a lot better output than just the 1-for-1 that you would get with, you know, just cooking the wood. And like I said, from what I understand, if we were to get an axe with, like, say, Fortune 3 on it, we would get better output from this, just like we would, say, you know, with a pick mining, like, redstone or something. So it does work on that, like, system, I guess you would say. And of course, there's no resource usage at all, so it actually is a really nice way, once you get it set up, to make charcoal. Now, of course, in this pack, you know, it's about the only way you're going to be making charcoal at this point. But, yeah, see, we got about 2 stacks of charcoal now. And we'll just put our torch back down for right now. I'd say 2 stacks of charcoal is probably going to last us for a little bit. So, and then, of course, we could just throw this into the steam boiler. And, let's see. Let's just go right there. Yeah. If you notice, this is slowly starting to build up a little bit of a steam buffer. And, you know, we'll actually need somewhere to pump the steam to before we can actually use it. But we'll get into that probably next episode. And I'm just kind of looking to see. It looks like it's going to burn that for a little while, so we'll just let that run for right now. And then really quickly, just to finish up, let's take a quick look at the quests coming up, and then we'll finish this More Tools quest really fast. So this, they're going to have us set up a steam compressor and a steam macerator, which are going to be really nice. The compressor makes our metal blocks, because in this pack, just putting 9 ingots in a block shape does not make a block, and you also can't just break a block down into 9 ingots. You have to, I mean, there's more to it than that. And the macerator, of course, is going to make ores, double ores for us. Just like the grindstone, except we're not going to have to do it by hand. So, and then this is for, let's see, yeah, the forestry rain tank and the railcraft water tank. Let's see. Yeah, basically they're just going to want us to they suggest we get one of these set up, and then we just put it into our tank and feed it into our quest delivery system. That's not too bad, because we could always just get buckets of water and put them in there, but we'll do it legit next episode. And then they want us to get a simple solar boiler. It produces the steam from sunlight this time. So we'll jump into that next episode, but then to finish out this episode, we're going to take a look at these extra tools that they want us to make. The first one is the branch cutter, and that has a 100% drop rate for saplings from both vanilla and forestry leaves. So we'll get that made really quick. And it's just going to take 2 plates, a screw, and 2 rods, which we should be able to make this out of wrought iron, I should think. Yeah, we're gonna hope so, because I don't really want to dig through that book because it takes so very long to find any recipes in it. So we'll get our 4 plates here, and then if you recall, to make a screw, we actually need to take and file an ingot down to get the rod, and then let's see, what was it, what tool was it? I was thinking it was the file, but maybe not. Was it the saw? Yeah, the saw, to get your 2 iron bolts, and then how do we, let me just look it up here. I'm going to cheat. Okay. We'll just put it with a file like that. That gets us the screw, and then we just need a couple, a couple wrought iron rods, and just like that, and then a screwdriver and a file. Just like that, and that gets us the branch cutter. So yet another tool for our collection of tools. The next thing is the scoop. It's just basically a normal forestry scoop. We can get bees with it, but I imagine it's probably, once again, a crazy convoluted recipe. So let's take a look. Yeah, if you notice, the standard forestry scoop is disabled in this pack. So you're going to need 6 rods, some wool, a hammer, and wire cutters. So that's always fun, and I tell you what, I don't think I have any wool. But it won't take us but just a second to run and grab some, so let's do that. I could probably, oh, I'm sure shears are some weird recipe too. So we're just going to murder a sheep. and there's some right here. So, and if you notice, with this area does spawn slimes, so I have started killing slimes, so hopefully I'll have enough slime balls for next episode that we can build a railcraft tank. Oh look, we got red mushrooms from our oh shit, see, this is what happens when you get a weed infestation. If you notice, I lost like all the crops that were right here, and yeah, and they started actually spreading across the grass, because they will create weeds even on grass blocks, and they'll spread over to your other farms. So you definitely want to watch out for that. That's why I kind of keep my nursery away from anything else. So but alright, to make this, we're just going to need our 6 rods. Oh, that's a screwdriver, not a file. Like that. And then, what tools was it? Hammer and wire cutters. So we'll put our hammer here and our wire cutters. Then our 6 rods, like so. Then a piece of wool. That's going to get us the scoop. And then one last tool to make, that is the scents, and it harvests a 3x3 area of crops at once. So not bad. Not bad. And this, you have to make a scents blade, which is 2 plates, an ingot, hammer, and file. So let's jump right into that. Where'd my hammer go? Right here. And there we go. We got our scents blade. And then if we just combine that once again with a stick, that's going to get us the scents, and that is going to complete that section of the quest. Now they want us to make the universal spade, multi-purpose tool. It combines the functions of the shovel, the saw, the crowbar, and the crowbar into one tool. However, its durability is consumed twice as quickly as normal tools would. So I will make that really, really quickly. Hopefully this is the last tool that they're going to teach us to make. And it is just crafted with a rod, a screw, and a spade head, which, well, okay, I do believe it's just that with a file? No? Okay, a file and a hammer, it looks like. Whoops. So, file, ingot, hammer. No, that's not right. I think it's like this. Yeah. Okay, so you take a plate, and then your hammer and your file like that. That's going to get you the shovel head. We've actually made one of those before too, didn't we? No, we need a universal spade head. Oh, okay, got it now. I understand. Then if you just take the shovel head and you combine it with a file, that's going to get you the universal spade head. And then we can just take and get our screw. Let's see. Starting to get these recipes down a little bit better. And then we'll need, what is it, our, oh, this part's tough. What is it? What is it to make a screw at the very, very end? Oh, okay. Like this with the file. Okay. And then lastly, we're going to have to get just a tool rod, which that's easy. Of course, I did go through an absolute ton of wrought iron. I was like, oh, there's no way I'm going to use up all this bronze and this wrought iron, and sure enough, we did. We used up every single bit of it. So we'll put our rod there, our screw there, our spade head there, and then lastly, we just need our screwdriver, and that'll get us the universal spade. And like it said, that's a multi-purpose tool that works as a shovel, a saw, and a crowbar. So now that we've got that done, we can go ahead and grab our material bag, and that finishes out pretty much everything except for, you know, getting into the steam powered stuff, and of course the water source, and then the crops, which, like I said, those will take a little while to get into. And then of course we still have the magic tree to start jumping into as well. So I've been kind of putting that off. We'll probably get into it before too long, but I kind of want to at least get us some machines going and stuff for the tech end of things. Now I will say usually it doesn't take me nearly this long to get into tech, but yeah, this pack definitely makes you work for it. So, and we got 27 copper from our material bag. So, but alright, so I guess, like I said, next episode we're going to start getting into these steam machines, this solar boiler, and then also getting some water generation going, because in truth it is kind of a pain in the ass that we can't build an infinite water source. So I would actually like to get into some kind of water generation system. So, and then like I said, I'll also keep trying to get some more plant breeding combinations. Yeah, look at all that wheat. It just springs up mega fast. But I'll be trying to get more combinations out here, some other plants and stuff going. So far, other than the red mushrooms, it's just a whole lot of sugarcane and wheat. So, and then really quickly, we'll take a look and see exactly how much steam it produced with one piece of charcoal. Oh, there you go. See, it just about filled the buffer up with one piece. So I'm going to venture a guess that that's actually quite a bit. And it only used up 95 millibuckets of water. So it actually is really good on water and is really good on charcoal too. It's hard for me to gauge how far that steam's actually going to go in a machine, but with that being almost the entire buffer in that, I imagine it's a decent amount. But we'll see. So, but anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, subscribe, share. It's very much appreciated. And I also want to say thank you to everybody that has been supporting me, especially here lately. You guys are doing awesome, and I just want you to know that I definitely do appreciate it. So, and until next episode, do take care, and I will see you then.